Hi Carly, this is Kim and I'm going to give you a course tour of the Blackboard website for the Malvern Dream Team. When the students log in, whether the students be UCA students or Malvern students, when they log into Blackboard, this is the screen that welcomes them. One of the things that I'm hoping to do as the program moves along is change the visual piece of what is here so that it remains interesting to the students. In an upcoming lesson, I'm going to ask them to create a cartoon avatar of themselves, and while we use them for other things, one of the things I would like to do is compile them and create a dream team in comic avatars that I think the kids will find to be fun, and I'll post that here on this welcome page later on in the program. When the students first began learning to use Blackboard and learning to access the mentoring and the lessons, we asked them to complete a netiquette session. So I will click that and show you what we've done here. Basically, we've let them know what netiquette is, which is, of course, the social code of the internet. I've linked a couple of videos the students can watch. One of the rules of thumb pretty much for uploading videos to an online format would be not to go any longer than 3 to 5 minutes. 7 minutes absolutely max, and for this age group 3 to 5 minutes is probably the most appropriate time frame. The two videos here are animated videos, and I'll just click on one so you can see what the students see when they use it.
Discussions. Have you ever had an eye-opening discussion in a class that changed the way you think about something? Talking with others about the things we are learning allows us to hear lots of different perspectives. This helps.
Okay, so that, of course, was just a little video on discussion board basics. And I have one down here on netiquette, which talks about how to communicate on the discussion board since everything is in text and not face-to-face. And then for a little fun, I've just connected a little netiquette quiz the kids can take. It's a 3-minute time quiz, and it kind of helps them see if they understand what netiquette is and about their safety and that sort of thing while they're on the internet. So that's just a little fun piece. But the students completed this piece, then they moved on to the first lesson, which we called Learn to Dream. And I did not use any curriculum that you sent in this particular lesson, but I sort of aligned what is happening here with the information that you're providing. What we did here, the format that I will be using, is just to give them some things to think about. These questions will serve as primers for the discussion board conversations. So I've provided those questions, and then each week I let them know step by step what they will be doing, and then of course I send an email to all the UCA students to provide this information and also to let them know what the learning outcome should be based on this lesson. So this again starts the conversations, gets the students thinking, lets them know what's expected of them to complete the lesson. I try to add something visual. At this point I have a video that talks about dreams and your purpose in life, and I'll show just a little bit of that so you can see what's going on there. So that kind of sets the mood for what the students are going to learn. And then the next thing is just an activity for them. In this particular Learn to Dream segment, I set up a dream wall. The students can click here, and as you can see, as students and mentors worked through the lesson, they could come out here to the dream wall, post a dream that they might have that they want to share with others in the program. Close that. And then we just included some dream poetry And then once the students complete this lesson, they'll go over to their discussion board, and I've set those up based on their name. They'll just go to the discussion board. One of the things we have over here is I've created a goal wall for each student. This is a place where the students and their mentor can keep track and document goals that are set during this program, goals that may be achieved, that sort of thing. And I'll just click on one to kind of show you what it is. You can see there's already a message out here, but the student basically just double clicks and a box pops open. They can upload a picture, a link, a file, whatever they want to do here on this wall. So each student has their own personal goal wall. They'll go to the week for the lesson. We talked about Learn to Dream, so I'll go down here to the forum. I create a forum for each student. I post the questions, the primer questions, out here for the students to begin talking about. The UCA student will post information answering those questions. I'll start working through some of the curriculum that you sent on diversity, but just to kind of show you how we're kickstarting this diversity piece is, again, those primer questions so that they understand what diversity is, why it's important, how it touches their lives. Again, providing the step-by-step what's required of the student for the week. I've created a little Wordle that has different definitions of what diversity means. The students can look at that. And then again, a visual piece. This is a dance crew that I found called Diversity Dance Team, and I'll show you a little bit of that video.
We're a street dance group. Who put the group together? The group's made up of 3 sets of brothers and our friends. So I mean, like, we've just known each other.
Okay, so that gives you a little bit about that. What is really awesome about that particular video is at the end, the judges talk about the diversity in that group and how bringing that diversity together to work together as a team created something great. So that kind of helped to prime that conversation about what diversity is. And then finally, again, just another short video, and I'll play a little bit of that for you. Okay, so that's the whole piece on diversity. Again, the students will come over here to their discussion board. The forum is set up always at the top. I'll put the newest thing at the top, their goal wall first, and then the newest set of lessons, the primer questions, and then the UCA student will create a post based on the lesson. And then the Malvern student can reply to that post. And that is pretty much where we are at this point now. This next week, which I'm getting ready to put together today, will incorporate your information on diversity within the self. And so I picked a video that we'll use with that, but one of the things I wanted to show you is a worksheet that it's still in draft format. This is a draft version of the Circles of Life worksheet. Move to an online format. Probably will take the avatar off and just create one for each student and post it within their forum. But as you can see, they can go in and fill information out within the circles. So we will use that format to present the Circles of Life worksheet. Now, moving forward, I plan to use things like the comic strips, letting them create comic strips, letting them create avatars. There's some different online e-learning that incorporate not only visual but auditory type learning activities. So just a wide range of different activities to keep the information interesting and fresh, and something the students want to work on when they log into the system. So if you have any questions at all about what we're doing here, how I'm using different pieces of your curriculum, feel free to call me.